So today we're going to take a look at the amount of an annuity. An annuity is a series of equal payments made at regular intervals. So for example, you're making $50 payments every month. An ordinary annuity, the payments are made at the end of each compounding period. And the amount of an annuity is the sum of all the regular deposits plus interest. So let's go through an example on how you could calculate the amount of annuity. So suppose $400 is deposited at the end of each month in an account that earns 4.8% per year, compounded monthly for 1 year. So we're making deposits at the end of each month. So let's start with month 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the 12th month of the year. And again, at the end of each month, we're going to put in $400. The last part is to take a look at how much do you make. So first of all, let's look at how you figure out the amount. So the amount of one payment is equal to the principal you put in, 1 plus the interest rate, to the amount of times it earns interest, or N. First of all, let's start with the interest rate. The interest rate for this example is 4.8% per year, so it's decimal 0.48. And that's on a yearly basis, so if I want it per month, since I'm making monthly deposits, I'm going to divide this by 12. So our monthly interest rate is 0.004. Alright, so let's look at the payments. Let's start with the last one. The last one is just going to sit there, and that's it. It's done. So what you have is $400 at the end of the year. For the next one, it sat in your bank account for 1 month, going from month 11 to month 12. So it's 400 times 1.004, and it sat there for 1 month. So we'll put a 1 there. And the next one is 400 times 1.004. It sat there for 2 months. Next one is 400 times 1.004. It sat there for 3 months. And let's just do the rest of them. So there are all the deposits, and attached to that is the interest that they earned as well. So in order to figure out the total, you're going to have to calculate each of these values and add them all up. So I'll quickly go through those, and if you want to try this yourself, great. So the first one, I get 400. The second one, I get $401.06 in total. The next one, I get $403.21. Then $404.82. And I'll just quickly go through the rest. And the last part is to add all these numbers up. So you can see at the end, you end up with a grand total of $4,907.03. Remembering that some of the money is money that you put into this account. So you can see this can be tedious if we had to do this calculation for several years. It's already tedious doing it for 1 year. So let's look at a quicker way to calculate the amount of an annuity. So of course there's a formula for this, and the formula is shown here. So the amount of annuity can be determined by the following formula, where A represents the amount, R represents how much you put in on a regular basis, I represents the interest rate per compounding period, so you always got to change that to the correct interest rate, and N represents the number of compounding periods. So if we go back to example 1 and use this formula, A equals R, 1 plus I to the N minus 1 over I. Recall from above, we already know that the interest rate, I, is equal to 0.048 We divide it by 12 to get into a monthly interest rate, which is 0.004. Then we have n, which we know is 1 year, and we're going to times it by 12 because we want to change everything into months. And finally, your regular payment, which we stated was $400 per month. So next step is to sub this all into your equation and use your calculator. So I get 400 here. I get 1 plus decimal 004, so decimal 004. Close the bracket. It's going to sit there for 12 months. I'm going to minus 1 and divide everything by decimal 004. So on your calculator, if you put the brackets in the same spots that are here, you should be able to determine the amount of this annuity. So when I do this, I get $4,907.02. So that is the amount of this annuity. If you put in $400 every month for 12 months, you'd end up with $4,907.02, which includes your interest. And that's the next part. How much money was put into this account? So remember, we put $400 in every month for 12 months, which means we put in $4,800. And the last part is, how much money is earned? Well, you got out $4,907.02 after 12 months. You put in $4,800. So in the end, you made, after 1 year, $107.02. Example 2. If you invest $100 a month for 18 years at 3.6% per year, compounded monthly, how much interest do you earn? So we're going to go through this whole calculation again. So the amount we get, the total amount at the end, is A equals R, 1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over I. So next we need to state our variables. So our regular payment R is $100 each month. Our interest rate, remember 0.036, we divide by 100, but then we need to divide by 12 because we want to change it into months. So that's 0.003. And the number of payments we make, well, we do it for 18 years, then we have to times it by 12 to figure out how many months that will equal. And that gives us 216 payments, or 216 months. So now let's sub these values in. So we have 100, 1.003 to the exponent of 216 months minus 1 all over 0.003. So in the end, we end up with $30,328.67. But we want to know how much interest we earned. So this is the total in the bank. Next, we know how much did we put into the bank. So that's just going to be the $100 times 216. That means we put in $21,600. So total you put in. And therefore, the difference of these two, so if we take the 30,328.67 and minus from the 21,600, this will give us how much we made. So in this case, we made $8,728.67. Notice we put it in for a longer time, so we made more money in terms of interest. So this is the interest, or the total earned. So just by putting in $100 away for 18 years and letting it sit, you made approximately $9,000. So here are a few questions that you can try, and here's some information you may need. If we have monthly, that's 12 times a year, semi-annual, twice a year, quarterly, 4 times a year, daily, 365 times a year, you're going to make a deposit and make interest, and weekly, 52 times a year. Good luck.